CBS, Young, and the Restless Spoilers. Welcome back to the channel. It is a gorgeous day, but honestly, the absolute chaos we have to unpack today is anything but calm. Grab your favorite iced coffee, get comfortable, and buckle up, because we are diving straight into the most unhinged drama Genoa City has ever seen. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right now. I am literally shaking. Wait, we need to talk about this now because my soul has actually left my body and I am physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of what my eyeballs just witnessed. I am not okay. I am genuinely, straight up, fundamentally unwell. I was mid-skincare when this scene started playing, and I literally jumped up and smeared charcoal mask all over my vintage rug, but I don't even care because the stakes are astronomical right now. Bestie, be for real right now. Did we just watch the most insane, world-ending tea ever unfold? Yes? Yes, we did. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Okay, so Nick Newman is literally on the floor, basically crossing over to the other side, and the tension in this room is so thick you could cut it with a chainsaw. Noah is standing there, completely paralyzed, and honestly, same. If my dad was collapsing from a massive overdose, I would also be glitching out of reality. But then, out of nowhere, Matt Clark, yes, Matt freaking Clark, the man who is officially on my do not perceive list, starts screaming at Noah. He is legit yelling, "Your dad is dying. If you don't, let me save him." Besties, I had to yeet my phone across the room. The absolute irony of Matt, the ultimate villain, the man who has caused this family so much trauma, suddenly acting like he's starring in an episode of Grey's Anatomy. It's giving major I cannot even energy. And then there is Sharon. Oh my God, Sharon Newman. I am literally hyperventilating right now just thinking about her reaction. She goes full feral mama bear, screaming at Matt to not touch Nick. "What is wrong with you people?" Matt yells back, straight up telling them that Nick is going to die if they don't let him intervene. The panic in Sharon's voice, which is honestly so unhinged because she is watching the love of her life slip away, is genuinely tearing my heart into a million tiny pieces. I am personally offended by how much pain this woman has to go through. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on. But then Victor Newman enters the chat. And when I say Victor enters the chat, I mean the man unleashes the most terrifying alpha male mafia boss roar I have ever heard in my life. He barks at Sharon to let Matt help. Victor Newman, basically giving the green light to his mortal enemy to put his hands on his golden boy son. I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. The sheer desperation in Victor's voice. He knows they have zero options. Matt drops to his knees beside Nick, checks for a pulse, and announces there is no pulse. No pulse. You guys, send help. My soul has actually left my body. Sharon starts sobbing, not just crying, but that deep, guttural, earth-shattering wail that makes you want to crawl into a hole and never come out. And while Sharon is breaking down, Matt realizes he needs backup. He looks at Phyllis, yes, Phyllis Summers, the woman who literally just had him tied up in a dark basement and asked if she knows CPR. Suddenly, we are witnessing the most chaotic, bizarre, and cinematic masterpiece of a team-up in television history. Matt Clark and Phyllis Summers doing tag team CPR on Nick Newman. Bestie, I cannot make this up. The chest compressions, the sweat the sheer panic in their eyes. I was staring at the screen, totally unfiltered, screaming into a pillow, because how is this real? They are pumping his chest, breathing for him, and the seconds feel like hours. I swear, the aesthetic of this scene, the dim lighting, the frantic breathing, the weird background noise of sirens in the distance, it was like a high-octane psychological thriller. And then Nick gasps. He takes this massive, ragged breath and his eyes fly open. I scream so loud my neighbors probably think I am being attacked. He is alive. The paramedics finally storm in, and they don't even waste a second. They hit Nick with the naloxone, and the medic straight up looks at him and says the CPR is what saved his life. Sharon, who is still a messy, unfiltered, emotional train wreck, looks at Phyllis and says, "Phyllis, you did it. The validation, the relief." But wait, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but Victor's reaction is everything. He wraps his arm around Nick, holding his son like he is never letting go, but his eyes are locked on Matt Clark. And if looks could kill, Matt would be a pile of ash on the floor. It was a death glare of epic proportions. So the paramedics load Nick up, and everyone is following the stretcher to the hospital. Sharon, Noah, the whole crew. But who is left behind? Victor, Phyllis, Sienna Bacall, who is literally just lurking in the background like a creepy shadow, and don't even get me started on her vibes, and Matt. Phyllis, in a rare moment of actual human decency, looks at Matt and says, "You saved his life, and for that I am grateful. Honestly, growth. We love to see it. But you guys, if you thought this was going to be a wholesome moment of redemption, you do not know Victor Newman. I am calling it. The villain arc is about to go nuclear." Out of the shadows, Victor's goons appear. Just massive, terrifying henchmen materializing out of thin air. Victor looks at Matt, his voice completely devoid of emotion, and says, "You saved my son's life, and for that I am grateful." And then, in the same breath, he orders his goons to take Matt away. He is kidnapping the man who just saved his son. I am genuinely unwell. Phyllis starts freaking out, yelling, "You don't have to do this. This is wrong," which is hilarious coming from the woman who kidnapped him yesterday, but whatever. Sienna, who is officially the weirdest wild card in this entire saga, steps up and asks Victor what he's going to do with Matt. Victor doesn't even answer her. He is ice cold. He is the definition of a savage, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because Victor is about to do something unspeakable to this man. And just when I thought my heart rate was going back to normal, Victor pulls out his phone and calls Nikki. Oh, the trauma. He tells Nikki that Nick overdosed. You can hear Nikki on the other end of the line, and she just shatters. She starts sobbing instantly, and I am crying. We are all crying. It is a mess. Victoria snatches the phone from her mother, because Victoria is the only one who can function in a crisis, and Victor tells her that Nick is still alive and they need to get to the hospital right now. I am physically vibrating. My grip on reality is slipping. How are we supposed to just go about our day after watching this? The betrayal, the trauma, the absolute cinematic mayhem of Victor thanking a man and then immediately ordering his abduction. This specific betrayal feels like it personally attacked my soul. I am so deep in the lore of this show that it is now my entire personality, and I am not okay. I need to go lie down, or maybe scream into the void for a few hours. Let me know in the comments if you are also spiraling, because I cannot be alone in this.